What's your take on the recently concluded, well, it's not yet concluded, but I mean, the intent is there to enter into this comprehensive investment agreement between the EU and China. What kind of signal is, or is it a signal also towards the US? Is it the right thing to do, or what's your take on this?
I mean, I think it's always a good idea. You know, trade and investment is not a zero-sum game. Trade and investment is a positive-sum game. So when German companies invest in China, they're not going there to be saints, to give money away to the Chinese people. German companies are going to China to make money for German companies. Let's be very clear. And it's a win-win game. So increasing trade and investment is always a positive thing. And frankly, if you look at East Asia, the reason why the center of gravity of the world will move towards East Asia, it's already moved in some ways, is because this is the region that is still opening up and trading with each other, right? This is the region where the biggest free trade agreements are being signed, like the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. And paradoxically, the United States has made a mistake by walking away from the Trans-Pacific Partnership, and the United States is going to lose out by doing that. So to avoid making the mistake of the United States, it's good that the European Union signed this investment agreement. But as you know, that investment agreement is now suspended for all practical purposes, because I think the EU imposed some sanctions on China because of some actions on Xinjiang. And by the way, China today, if there's one phrase I haven't mentioned, I think the biggest mistake I've made in my remarks so far is that I haven't mentioned the most important phrase for understanding China, which is the century of humiliation. The reason why I did, I've actually released a MOOC course, MOOC, Massive Open Online Course on US-China relations. You can Google edX, Kishore Mahbubani and watch it. It's free, by the way, free. You can watch 24 videos, but just watch the 3 videos on the century of humiliation. And as you know, the British and French burned down the Summer Palace in 1860. Today, if you burn down 10 Louvres in Paris, it's still smaller than what the British and French burned down in the Summer Palace in 1860. Now, it's important that Europeans have a good memory of the harm they did to China in the century of humiliation, because every sanction you impose on China, the Chinese will say, okay, they're trying to do it to us again. And history is a very important factor in this. So my view is the Europeans should refrain from imposing sanctions on China. It's not going to work. Have a dialogue with China. And if you want to try to improve the situation in Xinjiang, have a dialogue on Xinjiang. But if you impose sanctions on China, China will react in a very tough way. And you are just seeing the beginning of very strong Chinese reactions.